Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sundays with Jessica. So we often place silent expectations on people, unspoken rules we assume they will follow. And when they don't, we find ourselves hurt. Not because they have wronged us, because we held them to a standard that they never agreed to. So imagine you have a friend you thought would never embarrass you in public. And one day they do, perhaps without even realizing it. You dwell upon it, replaying the moment, wondering how they could have done it. But pause for a moment and think, did they truly betray you? Or did you expect them to behave as you would? People are not your puppets. You do not hold the string in your hands. Learn to see people how they are and not who you expected them to be. Just because you wouldn't do the same to the other person does not mean that they have a moral obligation to refrain from doing the same to you. They are not bound by your values, and nor are they responsible for upholding them. They act from their own nature just as you do, and the pain does not come from their actions alone, but from the gap between expectations and reality. The more you resist this truth, the more you will suffer. Instead of clinging on to the pain, let it teach you. If their actions stung you, ask yourself, what did you assume about them? What expectation did you unknowingly impose on them? And if you projected your own values onto them, the pain is not entirely their doing, but is a lesson for you to learn from. Know that people are not you and they do not operate from the values that you do. I do not believe in the concept of unnecessary confrontation. Unless somebody truly matters to me, I will never tell them to change, and I will never tell them that their actions hurt me. And to be very honest, outside of my family, I don't think that I'm attached to any single human being. And by this, I don't mean that I don't care, but the fact that I have simply decided to let go and practice not attaching myself to anything. I observe and I step back. And then one day, even if they were to gossip about me, I simply would not care, because I know that their actions are a reflection of their values and not an image of me. You see a person who's constantly gossiping, it speaks volumes about them and the character that they carry with themselves. And over time, this understanding helps you to see people more clearly. You begin to see them as they truly are, without illusions, without attachments. You learn who is safe to confide in and who is not. And over time, I am the one who simply changes. I always try to change myself rather than the people who hurt me. I do this not out of resentment, but because out of wisdom. Over time, if they disappoint you again, you will not be hurt, because you would have already accepted that they do not owe you anything. People never owe you anything. And not to sound like a narcissist, but I think that I shall never find a person who has values as pure as I do. And I think everybody should hold this opinion about themselves. And if I expect people to operate with the character that I have, I will simply end up not having any friends at all, because I have the highest view about myself. I really do. I think that I am way over here. Like Harvey Specter would say, life is this and I like this. It's the same way. I am this and people are this. So if I expect people to be like me, that would be simply living in an illusion. And I don't want to do that. So I let people hurt me and I change myself from this hurt. And I have simply adopted the ideology of let them. To let them disappoint, to let them surprise, to let them exist without my interference in their lives. My peace comes not from controlling others, but from knowing that I don't need to. So the next time that somebody hurts you, focus not on changing them, but on growing and improving the part of you that was hurt. The world will simply not change to fit your expectations, but you can always shape yourself to move through it with clarity and strength. So focus on not changing others but improving yourself, because the only real change is intrinsic, is a constant change. You have to constantly reinvent yourself, you have to constantly change yourself. Changing people is not the key, it never will be. Also, stop doing unnecessary confrontations, because it will not give the other person a time machine for them to travel back into time and fix their mistake. I don't believe in confrontations at all, because a person has done what they had to do, and now I have a better and more clear vision of you, and next time I shall be more careful. So thank you for teaching me the lesson, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. Bye bye, see you in the next one.